What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we'll be rounding up all the loot I've picked up in the past week from various sources. So we've got Vanguard and Crucible packages, always going after those longbows and LDRs. We've got Crucible weekly bounties, Nightfalls, faction packages, and also a load of Variks rewards to show off as well. So as usual, a ton of stuff to showcase in this video, and quite a few exotics as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed that painful clip of me getting 3 headshots with my longbow, and then I got a mid-air cross-map no-scope, which was a body shot. I could not believe how badly this game trolled me, but it actually happened, and I swear every single no-scope I hit is always a body shot. It doesn't seem to get a headshot, but that was a funny clip I thought I'd include. Anyway, let's take a look at these rewards. So the first thing I got was actually after a random Crucible match. I picked up an AS Luna at 287, which I've since infused to 330. I've gotten about 3 of these things before, but never with good perks, and I've been trying this one out in Crucible because it does have pretty decent rolls on it. As you can see, the first perk is Surrounded, which is pretty awful, but it gets good towards the end. We've got Snapshot, which is really good, Small Bore for the range, and also Luck and the Chamber, which is probably one of the best perks you can get on a legendary weapon. Makes it closer to the Hawk move, which this weapon is actually themed off of, but it's an interesting weapon and definitely one of the better legendary hand cannons in the game right now. The AS Luna seems to be, since taken King, one of those weapons that a lot of people are chasing, and is very, very rare, because you can only get it after Crucible matches if you get very lucky, just like the Red Spectre and a few other weapons like that. But it's quite a rare weapon, but it can be decent if you get good perks. So you've got to get incredibly lucky to get one that actually has good perks, and I think I've got a half decent one right here, so I'm pretty happy with this AS Luna. Now moving into the Crucible packages, I've only actually got one this week, and I've got a 330 Spectre Helm. I've got so many of these things. I thought they were cool at first, but I've gotten so many of them, they're just getting a bit boring now, just like the Gauntlets. But these seems to be the most thing that I get most often from the Crucible packages. But I only have one this week, because I spent most of my time at grinding the Vanguard stuff and the Nightfalls as well for the Stone and Wheel shotguns. So moving into the Crucible weekly bounties, I did 2 of these, and I got really impressive stuff with them. The first one I got 335 and no backup plans. These are for the Titan, probably one of my favorite looking exotics in the game. I always love these things from year 1. In terms of perks, they don't really suit my playstyle. You got to rush for the shotgun. In year 2, they added this kind of weird perk where you get shotgun kills or just hit people with shotgun, and you get this like overshield, this force barrier. But I don't really play too much with an aggressive Titan, especially not on defender. But it can actually be a really good exotic if you fit that certain playstyle, being an aggressive defender Titan. But I don't really do that too often. I'm mostly sniping, and if I'm aggressive, it'll probably be with a striker. Now looking at the next Crucible weekly bounty, we got another exotic, the 334 Alchemist Raiment. A lot better than last week when we got just strange coins. This one actually got 2 exotics out of them, which I'm pretty happy with. Now this one actually has God roll perks. This is incredible, and it's a shame it's probably one of the worst exotics in the game. This thing has such good perks. It's got Void Armor, Rocket, and also Sniper Ammo, and then on top of that it's got Intellect Disciplines. This thing is incredible in terms of perk rolls. Definitely one of the best I've seen in a long time. You'd have to spend a lot of glass needles to try and get something this good, but like I said, it's one of the worst exotics in the game. Probably one of the coolest looking. I really love how it looks, but I have no idea how this made it into the game as an actual exotic armor piece. The first perk, if you didn't know, is that you have a chance to gain Glimmer on a primary ammo pickup box. You have a chance to get it, not mean every time, it's not guaranteed. You have a chance to get Glimmer if you pick up a primary weapon box on the floor. And the second part is if you pick up Orbs of Light when your super is actually full, that's going to charge your melee and your grenade a little bit faster. So it's a completely random set of perks. No idea why that's there, but there you go. 334 Alchemist Raiment, probably going to get infused into something. And the exotics don't stop there. From a Nightfall strike, I picked up a 334 Khepri Sting for the Hunter. This is probably one of the best exotics in the game for Blade Dancers, but it's a shame. I think it's really ugly personally. I don't like that massive like multicolored hook that comes off one of these shoulders. I just don't like how it looks, and I didn't actually notice I got this thing because I was farming the Nightfalls, and I'd actually forgotten that you get a loot drop at the end, because my main thing that I was going for was the Stone and Wheels, of course, because I was farming it, and then the exotics popped up at the end. I actually forgot that you could get stuff out of it. My main goal was actually getting these strike loot items, and if you want to see my guide on how to farm the Stone and Wheel shotgun, it will be linked in the description. Now moving on to the Vanguard, I picked up 2 of these. The first one I got a 330 The Swarm. This is a machine gun, and this is one from year 1. If you didn't know, this is one of my favorite weapons back in year 1. It is my go-to machine gun. I used to have a Void one, which I'd always use against the Praetorians in the Vault of Glass raid because they had the Void shields, and that's my go-to machine gun. I absolutely love the thing. It's one of the few year 1 weapons which I didn't actually dismantle, and I still have my original one in the vault, which is what you're seeing right here. This is my year 1 version of the Swarm, and now we're going to take a look at the year 2 version, which I just picked up from a Vanguard package. So the perks aren't really too great. We've got Surrounded, which is pretty bad. I'm not really a fan of this, and also Hidden Hand. Hidden Hand is actually pretty decent on machine guns, because machine guns do benefit from aim assist, and machine guns are among some of the highest aim assist weapons in the game, and they can actually benefit from Hidden Hand. I'm not sure how much it'll affect it, but I know Hidden Hand is probably a decent perk. I'm just happy to have a year 2 version of one of my favorite year 1 weapons, and I'll definitely be giving this thing a go in PvE. In my next Vanguard package, I picked up a 330 Aspirate Chest. Pretty bad, nothing special about this. I'm kind of sick of getting armor. I wish there was some way you could get a higher chance of weapons, because I don't think there's any armor piece I could possibly get out of these that would be good. But most of the time I'm just wanting any weapon, because you can have so many different options with perks, but I wish there's some way to just remove the armor. But unfortunately we're getting a load of armor And the shader, in case you're wondering, is this purple one from the Sparrow Racing. Don't think it's available right now, but I know a ton of people will be asking me what is that pink and purple shader, but that is what it is in case you're wondering. Moving on to Variks, we've got a weapon and an armor package. The weapon, I got a 334 Bane of the Taken. Pretty nice weapon. I've got this before in void damage, but this one has a pretty awful roll. Gorilla Fighter may be the worst perk in the game. I've no idea why that's there, but Gorilla Fighter is a bad one, and Grenadier, which is okay, but nothing really too special about here. That's 334, so probably getting infused into something. And then in the armor package, I've got a 335 Warden's Path. These are the boots, of course, the prison boots, and the perks aren't really too great, nothing special here. Like I've said before, I'm not really a fan of the prison style armor. I don't think it looks too great, especially compared to some of the raid gear, but the Hunter helmet and the Titan helmet are probably the two items I do like, and I have on the Hunter helmet quite a lot of the times. I've got a 335 one. And now moving on to a Variks rank up package. When you rank up the House of Judgment, I picked up a really interesting weapon. It's a 330 Stolen Pride, which is the hand cannon, and this thing you might remember last week of me wanting to try this thing out in Crucible. This one is even better with really good PvP perks. It's nearly the same as the one I got last week. They both have rifle barrel, which is good for the range, and also quick draw, which is good in general. And the last perk on the one before, I got a hidden hand. This one actually has third eye, which is a very good Crucible perk, and we'll definitely be trying this thing out. It's basically a spammable hand cannon with a really fast fire rate, so I'm pretty happy with this one. Finally, we're going to look at the Dead Orbit package. I've got a 330 Spectre Heliopause chest. I really do want a Paleo Contact Auto Rifle. Once again, I'm kind of sick of getting the armor piece. I've got so many armor pieces in all my packages, but a Paleo Contact Auto Rifle is a really good weapon from Dead Orbit. So I'm looking out for one of those things, and hopefully sometime soon I will get one. So that's been a look at all the loot I've picked up this week. Leave a comment down below if you've picked up anything cool this week, like something with really good perks or an item you've been after for a while. I always love reading all of your comments and I appreciate all the support. But drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.